and welcome to this week's episode from Taff Rocks. In this week's episode, it's going to be all about faces. Faces are there to be made. Funny faces, sad faces, happy faces, shocked faces, any kind of face that you could think of. But there's not going to be any sad faces in here today. So because I've got a couple of rocks for you to be having a look at today, we're just going to get straight into the project. So I'm going to start with a nice simple and funny face. I'm going to give it 2 eyes, nose and a mouth. Now the good thing about these is your eyes and stuff like that don't even have to be the same size. So you can see quite obviously that those are 2 completely different sized eyes. Now for his nose, you can choose to leave a nose out, but I like doing these upside down ones. And that's it. And then a mouth. Big, smiley. And there we are. Now, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to give him some teeth. So, the first thing I'm going to need to do is fill the mouth in white. Plus, I'm going to need to fill the eyes in with the white as well. I decided I'm going to make this one a little bit cheeky whilst he's drying out. And I'm going to add a pokey out tongue. Now my last minute tongue addition needs to be painted red, but of course I can't do that until I've sorted out his mouth. Otherwise I could end up painting over his teeth. Right, I think I'll do his tongue now, so I don't make a mess of it. I'm going to have to wait for that to dry, but let's finish the teeth at least. And now just his eyeballs. Now, because his eyes are not the same shape, his little eyeballs are not going to be the same shape, so let's make him look really crazy. We'll give him some eyebrows. And there you have it. I mean, if you want to, you can do a couple of flicks of colour for some hair, or you could just leave him as he is. I think he's fab as he is. The simpler the better for these kind of rocks, because they don't need much work. Now I'm just going to leave this dry and put some extra coats on it, but I'm going to see if this will work. The reason why I said see if it'll work is because the black hadn't dried from his mouth, so it seems to have done the job. And I'll just wait now and give him some second coats. I'm starting this one a little bit different. What I'm going to do is draw his features in first. As you can see, I've started with pencil. And what I'm going to do with him now is take it away, and everything that's not the mouth or the eye, I'm going to paint in this stuff. Now, as is always the case, I've gone and used a super shiny paint, so I'm going to struggle through this a minute. What I'm going to do is colour in an eye and do details on his mouth. I'm also going to give him a green tongue. Sometimes colours can make all the difference to your faces. Now I've got a little yellow one here and a red one. I'll put some eyes on this one. These are going to need a second coat now because of the red underneath. It's not perfect, but it's a start. Whilst that's drying, I'm going to do some extra bit of colours. Now I'm just going to leave this dry and work on this one. I'm going to leave that one dry. My next task for this little dude is the eyeballs. I'm going to do them in blue. Now I'm going to wait for these to dry, and then I'm going to come in, and instead of putting a black outline around the eyes, I'm going to use red, only because I want a bit of definition. But I think using black might look a little bit too silly. I don't know. So that's him all done. And let's do his friend. All this one needs is that. Nothing else. Just that. Sometimes you get the right shaped rock for all the right reasons. Now this is a little side-on mouth which unfortunately you can't see very well, and I think you'll only be able to see it really good when I put the outline on. But what I'm doing is I'm colouring the mouth itself in red. Then I'm going to hopefully give a bit of a pink for the tongue. Now because of the colours that I've used underneath, these are going to need second coats, otherwise you won't be able to appreciate what I've done here. So off camera I'll do that and I'll bring them back for you. Another little simple face. This one is going to start with 2 big eyes. But before I put this eye in, I'm going to put a nose in. Because you can see that the nose is coming over the eye a little bit. Smiley face. And 2 big teeth. Now before I do anything else with colours and drawing, I'm going to colour this white, and these white as a bit of an undercoat. Now before I go off and put some more black detail in, I've just got to put a little bit of red detail in. So that's nice big cheeks here. And now time to go around and do all the outlines again. So let's have a look at these little darlings then. Because I've got quite a few, I'm not going to show them to you individually. I'm just going to put them all straight down here so you can have a look. As you can see, they're quite basic, nothing spectacular. Of course, the right shaped rock sometimes dictates to you what kind of face you're going to put on it. And of course, in amongst that lot is today's self-portrait. I hope you enjoyed this week's video, guys, and I'd love to see what kind of little faces that you can make on your rocks. When you've created a few, don't forget to share them on our Facebook group for us all to have a look at and be inspired by. So until I see you next Monday, ciao for now! We release new tutorials every Monday. If you've enjoyed this week's video, please don't forget to like and share it with your friends. If you'd like to help the Taff Rocks channel out, there's some links in the description box below for Patreon, Ko-fi and an Amazon wishlist. Before you leave today, if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe and click that little notification bell. Until I see you next time, keep on rocking. Ciao for now!